So that's another piece of advice. Don't, and especially through a divorce, because I know somebody that I said, don't tell them this and don't tell them that. It's even connected up to the Social Security office when you when you're filing Social Security disability and shit like that. Long-term disability, your doctors will fuck you over. So you got a problem with divorce? Come look at me. I know you're tricking a book. What's the best one? See, they wouldn't let me get involved up here in Pleasants County, which I wish they would have. Trying to go after a person for like bankruptcy, saying that her credit cards put her house on there's a lien on their house. And so if you have a divorce attorney, make sure if you look into the you got to look over the attorney-client agreement in a divorce, and make sure it does not say that the attorney can speak to the creditors. Make sure that shit ain't in there. If you got the money, file that shit. Chapter 7 doesn't even, because it was ever Chapter 7. It doesn't go in. Family court has no jurisdiction. That's federal. File Chapter 7. It doesn't even go in federal court. They made allegations of forgery, stealing out separate checking accounts. What else was it? It was fucking bullshit. And I said, "You're married. It's not forgery. All bank accounts that are open during marriage are joint, even separate joint accounts. You're married. They're yours. You have access. You both have access. You both have rights, control. It doesn't matter who puts how much into what a separate or joint account. It's both of yours." And that's what they were trying to do. So that's a marital embezzlement or some shit like that. There has to be what's that agreement? Prenuptial agreement. If there's no prenuptial agreement, it makes everything marital property. There has to be. So like Chapter 7, what's wrote off? Yeah, because in order for your house to be on a lien, you have to be behind in mortgage payments. That's called secured debts. You say they use the credit cards. No, those are unsecured debts. Credit cards, let me think. Attorney bill, anything that, like, okay. We think electric, something that you owe. So if you owe, you think, shit, I'm going blank. Secure. So the only thing that it's not unsecured debts that are attached to, like property. It has to be attached to property. In other words, the credit card companies have to take you to court. Other shit, Chapter 13, I can't remember. It's been a while. What else did they come up with? Yeah, so you had to file a civil theft claim in circuit court on marital embezzlement, something like that. I'm trying to refresh my memory. I gotta go around there talking. So if you had the money, file bankruptcy Chapter 7, because like credit card debts, utility bills, I can't remember. That's paid off under Chapter 7, it's shit, I'm going blank. It's wrote off or whatever you want to say, or within a month or less. And then you'll find, and see, there's a lot of these petition mills that are going around. Yeah. Where they're not filing like bankruptcy for people. And what I'm seeing now, and I think I might be catching on to what I think they might be doing now with divorces and stuff, is going through the fucking attorney on their Chapter 7 and saying, hey, you got to pay your creditors through me, and then I'll send it to them. No. So But take else what they do with divorces. Oh, this is the best. Friend going through a divorce. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, there's just something strange going on. They're not allowing her ex-husband to make allegations. I'm thinking, wait a minute, what the fuck? I said, there's something else I'm missing. And I came across joint petition for divorce that makes both the spouses co-petitioners. The court is making it to where they're giving one spouse the opportunity to come with allegations. Ain't that some bullshit? Yeah, that's they're using whatever joint petition for divorce. I'm just freaking forget a bunch of shit here. Yeah, but I do have somewhat of a strategy guide for that. So divorce Kangaroo court is, oh yeah, and the judge will tell you that that you have to obtain an attorney. No, you don't, because you're not. He's making a decision. You're not. You're really not You're not really representing yourself as a pro se. You see what I'm getting? So the judge will tell you that you have to have a court appointed goat or hire a goat attorney. No, you don't. You represent yourself. Remember that. Let's see what else do they do. Is that the attorney won't freeze the accounts, so that gives the husband or the wife the opportunity. Freezing accounts is like so they can't move the shit around and hide it, and that's what attorneys. Oh, I forgot to freeze his accounts, the joint accounts. So it gives the opportunity for the spouse, whatever spouse, to move that shit around and hide it. They'll just bring multiple allegations. No fault divorce is what I'm saying. There's no allegations. Both are agreeing to the fucking divorce. So that's what I'm saying. They use a joint petition for divorce. That means joint co-petitioners in a no-fault divorce is what it is. Nobody brings allegations against this bitch, this asshole. It's basically already decided, man. You get half of my pension and I get half of your Kmart fund or whatever you got. It's all split down the middle. It don't matter. Marital property states or some shit. So if that's ever brought up in court, you could say, because it's not, say if you file Chapter 7 and the judge is like, yeah, we need your court documents and shit. It's like, well, you can call my creditors. So you can have numbers to my creditors and see what they say about it. Why are you asking me for it, dumbass? Say here, you write down the number of your creditors. So when you fucking call them and say, hey, the family court judge wants, no, you can't. You see what I'm saying? It's using this upstairs. You just write, you just have get all your creditors down, numbers and shit. Go in your divorce. Say, here, motherfucker, you call my creditors and ask them because you don't have the authority to change an agreement, whatever the fuck they call it on a credit card. It has to be on a separation agreement. That one spouse is willing to pay the other spouse's debts. So the judge can't force that shit on so yeah, it has to be on a separation agreement. Is that what they're called? That one spouse will take over debts of the other spouse. So if you're in court and the judge is like, yeah, you got to pay this bitch like $50,000, you're like, bullshit. And that's what they're doing. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So that's Chapter 7 stuff. So that doesn't even come into no bankruptcy comes into family court because it's federal. What else, man? I mean, this is as common, and it's like I said, and people might argue with me, and I don't really care because I've already beat the system, is that you don't have to go into court in Section 204, and I say it all the time, Section 204 under this section, under the Code of the First and the gay man's disease, whatever. You don't have to say that shit.